Hello, everyone. The vast ocean is where thousands of fishermen get rich. Although the job is full of difficulties and challenges, many people choose to do it to earn a living to support their families. The ocean always brings us endless and abundant resources. The fishing profession of the people is passed down from generation to generation. Welcome to our maritime journey, where we prepare delicious lobster meat. Today we will take you to discover the many interesting things about lobster fishing and reveal the behind the scenes of a lobster factory to witness the complex process of processing these precious shrimps. Living alone and being highly territorial are the most true things when talking about lobsters that live on the ocean floor. Lobster is a type of aquatic product belonging to the group of arthropods. They are quite large crustaceans in the shrimp family and have a very special structure with many legs, many antennae, and many swimming floats. Lobsters have extremely special eyes with a grid system made up of thousands of squares. So they can see in environmental conditions in the mud or at the bottom of the deep sea. Lobsters are very sensitive, especially to dangerous chemicals such as pesticides that can kill them. So they often live in the deep sea to protect themselves. Lobsters are found in the Northwest Atlantic Ocean and are most abundant in coastal waters from Maine to New Jersey, and often at offshore depths, up to 2,300 ft. Lobsters typically take about 5 to 7 years to reach average harvest size. Fishermen can pull 250 to 300 traps in a day, and the harvest can be up to 350 to 400 kilos of lobster. Over the past 100 years, the lobster fishing industry has endured changes in regulations regarding fishing equipment and methods. And the narrative about the value of lobsters has also changed. In the 1900s, lobster was considered a food for the poor, but today lobster is an expensive dish loved by wealthy gourmets. The biggest change in the lobster market is the increase in demand for live lobsters, as consumers become increasingly interested in the fresh value of lobsters. Catching and keeping lobsters fresh until they reach chefs or consumers becomes a pressure for fishermen. Therefore, they have to catch and process lobsters right on the boat, because this is the first step in preservation to ensure that the lobsters still meet standards during transportation and until they reach the mainland. On the market today, there are many different types of fresh and frozen meat. Lobster fishing has become a trend for people on the Northeast coast that has been passed down through generations and has been going on for more than 100 years. So the thing to be proud of here is not catching outstanding lobsters. The identity that fishermen must ensure that there are still lobsters around for future generations. A fisherman's day usually starts at 3 a.m. Before leaving the port, they must prepare fresh bait to put in the trap. These traps are made of steel mesh or sturdy wood, and their bait is usually fish or other seafood to attract lobsters. The traps are designed to be easy to use so that while the lobster can get in, it cannot escape. The traps are placed at a depth of about 30 meters and soaked there. After 2 to 3 days, the fishermen will return to pull the traps out. They use a hook to pull the trap line, which is then pulled onto the boat and connected to a hydraulic trap puller, a pulley-like system that automatically rolls the trap up from the ocean floor. The area of a trap can be enough for 20 lobsters. After a day, the fishermen will pull the trap up to check and then drop it back to the original location to continue fishing until the harvest season ends. Once the traps are loaded onto the boat, the fishermen will begin sorting them. Those that do not reach the required length will be released back into the ocean. At the same time, female lobsters carrying eggs will also have a method of trapping them for protection. This lobster fishing method must be strictly managed to ensure the sustainability of lobster populations for divers. Everything must be done quickly and accurately. There are lobsters that can weigh up to 20 kiloliters and they are very strong in the water, and it is very likely that we will get injured. Fishermen often do not have a specific strategy when going out to sea. The results of their fishing trips largely depend on the location of the area they choose. Countries around the world, especially the US, are tightening regulations for fishermen to protect and develop lobster resources on the ocean floor. Fishermen must have a lobster fishing license and strictly comply with regulations on the minimum and maximum size of lobsters allowed to be caught. Those that meet the standards will use rubber bands to hold their claws to avoid injury to other animals and fishermen. After carefully checking the quality and size of each lobster, they are stored under the ship's compartments to keep the lobsters fresh until they reach shore. Now let us see how live lobsters are processed and preserved in these modern processing factories. First, the worker throws the lobster into salt water and immediately measures the shrimp's temperature to know whether the lobster is clean and alive or not. Next, these live lobsters are sent to the screening line to automatically classify by size after separation. These lobsters are carefully inspected for signs of damage or disease. Once deemed healthy, they are placed into specially designed containers. Mimicking their natural habitat, the lobsters are dumped into a container with an ice pack to kill the organisms inside the container and keep them fresh. The containers are then stacked and stored in a controlled environment until they are ready to be shipped to the market. In 2021, Canada, UAE, United States, Ireland, and Denmark emerged as the largest lobster exporters globally. Canada's export value reached 536 million USD, followed by the UAE with 11 million USD. The United States also contributed significantly to securing export revenues of 289 million USD. The UAE's growing presence in the market demonstrates its growing interest in meeting global lobster demand. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Hope the above information is useful to you. Remember to subscribe and press the bell button here to receive our latest and useful videos. And watch this video with me.